Hey everyone, Jack here, back again for another video here on TalkNorwichCity. I hope you're all doing well. This is 2 videos in 2 days, I know. I can't quite believe it either. I think I'm a bit more optimistic and a bit more motivated to make videos after Norwich's most recent win against Preston last Saturday. It was a wonderful hat-trick from Idah. I must keep saying Idah. I got a text from my mum, who's not the biggest Norwich fan, but kind of has to be because of me, and corrected me on my pronunciation of Idah. So apologies, mother, and apologies to Adam for the mispronunciation of your surname. But talk of the devil, Adam Idah, I think he will probably be starting in the match on Saturday against Manchester United at Old Trafford. This is the match I'm about to preview, and it's a really fascinating encounter, this one, actually, and I have a very similar feeling going into this game as I did going into the reverse fixture at Carrow Road. I think, what was it, October time? Norwich City weren't, once again, not in great form, but went into that game with Manchester United likewise not in great form. And with the backing of Carrow Road, you expected them to maybe get something. Unfortunately, it turned into a bit of a VAR horror show, the first of many. If you think back, there was a couple of penalty saves from Tim Krul, and it just all round wasn't that great a day. I think we ended up losing that game 3-1 on El Hernandez, the famous spanking celebration. This time around, I've got a very similar feeling. Manchester United, unbelievably, are still 5th place in the Premier League table. For me, that shows the drastic drop in quality of the teams outside of the top 2, which are Liverpool and Man City, who are leaps and bounds ahead of Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham, Manchester United, that group of teams, Leicester included in that. So Manchester United are certainly still in with a shout of a top 4 place. They're 5 points off that at the moment. For me, I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is probably one of the favourites in terms of the sack race to go. I'm not overly convinced that he's the man to take Manchester United forwards. There's certainly been talk of him not being the right man. Robin van Persie came out last week, didn't he, and criticised the way he carried himself, certainly in the media. So it's going to be fascinating to see what happens there. But of course, all we care about at the moment is Norwich City. And we go to Old Trafford once again, not in the best of form in terms of results, but we've actually been playing some really nice football. For me, December was probably the month in which we switched off the life support machine. We broke a record for the most amount of points given away from leading positions in a month. We dropped 12 points from winning positions in the month of December. That beats any record of Premier League teams since its induction in 1992, which is just baffling. How we, well, it isn't baffling. We know how it happened, but it's bonkers the fact we kept getting into winning positions and then throwing it away through naivety, through unluck, being unlucky, a lack of quality perhaps. But we can't keep doing that if we want to stay in the Premier League. There is still a glimmer of hope that we've got a chance in this league. Crazier things have happened. We're 7 points adrift, which is a massive, massive margin to turn around. That's basically having to win 3 more games than any other team in and around us. However, I look at the likes of Bournemouth, I look at the likes of Burnley, Aston Villa. All of these teams have got their own struggles of their own. However, I just think we could have really done with a few wins in December. That would have probably been against Palace and against Tottenham, 2 games that we should have won. And then it's suddenly a completely different outlook. But it didn't happen through the downfall of our own predominantly, which is really, really unfortunate. But this is a fantastic opportunity, and it's a really exciting opportunity for Adam Idah because he looked so impressive in that FA Cup clash against Preston. I think we all knew he was a good player. We'd seen bits and bobs of him in youth teams. We'd seen bits and bobs of him for the under-21s Ireland setup. So we knew what he was about. We knew he was very physical. The people that would have watched the Crawley game, that first, or the first round we entered into the League Cup, would have maybe been slightly disappointed with what they saw that night in terms of him leading the line on his own against a Crawley side that at the time were in pretty good form. So that was a completely different complexion, but I think that is almost more impressive to see the progression from that point to then scoring against a very decent Championship side who are still within a shout of the playoffs. So I'm really excited to see him at Idah. I'm pretty sure he will start. I know Teemu Pukki is nursing a hamstring injury, a toe injury. He looked absolutely dead on his feet come the end of that Crystal Palace game. So I almost feel like, considering Idah's weekend just been, it would be silly of Daniel Farke to throw Teemu Pukki straight back in there when he's not 100% fit, and with Idah absolutely ready to go. He will be absolutely buzzing for the opportunity to walk out at Old Trafford and hopefully score a goal that might get Norwich City some points. But this is a really, really important month or so for Norwich. Manchester United away, it's then Bournemouth at home, Tottenham away, which is not going to be easy. It's then a really dull FA Cup 4th round draw against Burnley, and then it's Newcastle away on the 1st of February. So the next 4 league games are absolutely crucial. You almost need a minimum of 7 points in them games for me to still be having a chance of staying up come that second week of February. So that's how it looks. Let me know your thoughts on this game against Manchester United. They will be resting Scott McTominay and also Harry Maguire through injury, who I thought McTominay was one of the most impressive of their players when they came down to Carrow Road last time. So let me know your thoughts. How do you think it's going to go? I'm going to go for a very optimistic, because I'm feeling good. It's 2020. I've cut caffeine out. I've cut alcohol out so far. I'm eating well. I'm exercising lots. Give me another few weeks and I'll be back to being pessimistic. But for now, I'm sticking with the optimism. And I'm going to go for a 2-1 Norwich City victory. Let me know how deluded I am down in the comments section below. Thank you to all of our sponsors as always. And I will see you again in the next video. Bye-bye.